What's happening, everybody? Figured I'd hop on and do a little live stream. It's been a while over here on YouTube. Uh, haven't been posting a lot of content, and we'll talk more about why that's been maybe here in a little bit. But wanted to hop on and share a couple updates and kind of a unique opportunity potentially if you're interested, and if you happen to hop on in like the next 30 minutes or so. So we're getting towards the end of November. Tomorrow for me is December 1st, and for you too, unless you're living in Australia, you're already experiencing December 1st. But I've got a cool opportunity that we are starting and kicking off tomorrow, December 1st. The link is in the description of this video if you want to check it out and learn more. The past 2.5 years, we've done something called the Perfect Performance Bootcamp. We've had over 50 students go through it. It's a 12-week program where the goal is to help you learn how to become a world-class playback engineer, get your first gig as a playback engineer, and walk you through frameworks and things that I use out on the road with the 7-time Grammy Award-winning artists that I work with and have been full-time with this year, that I've taught for the past 20 plus years as an Ableton Live certified trainer. Um, and it's just been a really great program. The thing with that program though is it's 12 weeks. 12 weeks is a commitment. And it's funny when people always go, well, I can't do 12 weeks. I always remind them our very first boot camp ever was actually 6 months long, which is kind of nuts. Like that's a little crazy. But it's a 12-week program. Our next one starts in February. I could actually tell you the exact date of this if anyone's interested in joining us in February. It will be, let's see here, boot camp '08, week one. The very next boot camp will be start February 9th, 2026, right? So it's a couple months away, but cool opportunity for those that are interested. I'm doing something I've never done before, which is I'm taking those 12 weeks and I'm condensing those 12 weeks into 6 sessions that will happen across the span of 3 different weeks. And so we kick off our first session tomorrow, December 1st. And then we have a couple different days. We do 2 sessions a day. We go from 10 a.m. Eastern to 3 p.m. Eastern. And then our next session, group 2, kicks off December 15th. The thing that's really cool and unique about this is I'm taking the same content that I've taught 7 times before with our boot camp, those 12-week increments, and condensing it down again to 1-hour sessions, so 12-hour sessions. But what's really cool and unique about this is after each one of those sessions, we're going to do a little like work session office hours together. So, for example, tomorrow, the first thing we'll talk about is playback's role on stage, foundations of live audio. We'll discuss how playback fits in a live performance, the role playback plays. We'll talk about what I call the foundations of live audio, which is, for example, why you should not use Ableton for in-ears and why using Ableton for in-ears puts your show at risk of absolute disaster, and why professional playback engineers have nothing to do with in-ears. And so what we'll do tomorrow in the session is talk about how we decide to do in-ears. And then we'll, for the session 2 tomorrow, we'll talk about designing your live dream playback rig. And so the goal with that is, again, let's walk through the 5 categories of things we need in order to build a playback rig. How do we build a playback rig that's rock solid, that is going to be expandable, that we can integrate? And I'll actually pull up some playback rigs that you can buy now that are a couple thousand dollars, and we'll talk about why those are not great solutions. And so the accelerator is a unique opportunity because each day we go from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., which is, again, a short little quick session, quick little burst of learning, right? But during that session, as I'm teaching it, again, like I said, right after we're done, we then apply everything that you learned, and we work towards doing that live on the call, right? So we, instead of just learning, I go, okay, here's the framework. Let's apply the framework. And you get 12 hours with me doing that, and you get 12 hours worth of teaching. And so if you are interested in getting a gig as a playback engineer, if you want to like level up as a playback engineer, this really is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Technically, it's a twice in a lifetime opportunity because we're doing it starting tomorrow, and then our next one kicks off December 15th. But I think what's really cool about this is for a lot of us, tours end, right? They're wrapping up in December. A lot of people are slowing down in December and they're kind of like, okay, this is my time to rest. January rolls around and they go, oh man, I got to get at it. Tours about to happen. Oh, I got to learn how to control presets. I got to learn to use time code. I need to get my sessions where I can edit really quickly because I struggled with that last year. And they start January 2026 kind of in a tizzy, right? And they're trying to figure out how to get things going. They're trying to learn the things that they should have learned in 2025. What's cool with this accelerator is it actually gives you an opportunity to like learn this stuff now, and it gives you an opportunity while everyone else is resting and everyone else is not learning. It gives you an opportunity to start 2026 strong. So if you're one of those people that you dream of getting a gig as a playback engineer, if you're someone who has a gig as a playback engineer, but you're kind of what I call like a hope and pray playback engineer, meaning you kind of hope and pray you make it through the gig without something going wrong. So you're not really sure what to do if it does. And you're kind of hoping and praying they don't ask for edits because if they do, it's going to take you 15 minutes. And you're kind of hoping and praying that they don't want to like change the rig or adjust anything because you don't really know how it's set up. And you're someone who's pieced together some of the hows but doesn't really know the whys. This is a really unique, cool opportunity. Here's the cool thing, value wise, with this. Like I said, our next boot camp isn't until February 2026. It's going to be a 12-week program. Right now, boot camp is $2,000. That cost is going to go up in 2026 because we're adding some extra cool things into that. Um, this accelerator is 1,500 US dollars. You can do payment plan for that as well too. And again, what that includes is 12 hours worth of teaching live on Zoom, opportunity to ask questions, opportunity to get help. But it includes 12 office hours implementation sessions with me, 12 1 hour sessions. What's cool is if you tried to book 12 1 hour one-on-one sessions, training sessions with me, be $12,000, which is nuts. If you want to do that, why I don't offer one-on-one sessions anymore. But if you did, you're going to pay me $12,000. Maybe we can work out a deal, right? But instead of paying $12,000 plus $2,000 for boot camp, it's 1,500 bucks, which is pretty incredible. But I want to do a quick little live stream just to let you guys know we kick off tomorrow. So the first session closes tomorrow. You can't join it after tomorrow. I'll leave registration up for a few more hours. 10 a.m. Eastern, kick that off. If you want to join group 2, you can sign up now. You can reserve your spot. We've got someone that signed up for group 2 already. They're reserving their spot. Would love to have you for that. What's cool with group 2 is you'll get access to all access already. Now you get all access for 2 months for free. You'll get access to bands, our bands app for free for 2 months. You'll get access to all my templates. You get access to every single course that's on our all access platform now. And then in 2 weeks, when we start December 15th, or 3 weeks rather, you'll be able to hit the ground running and ready to go, right? So if you're interested, check out the link in the description. I'll post the link here in the chat as well too, if anyone's interested in joining it. You can read all the details on the program. Again, we start tomorrow, so this is kind of a like go hustle, make this happen now if you're interested. But it's a really cool, unique opportunity for sure. I'll wrap up with this. Haven't posted a lot of content this year, and really that's been intentional. I didn't start the year intentionally that way, but it was intentional because in January I ended up going on the road full time. After that 3-month run with them, basically they offered me the job full time, and so I text my wife like a couple days into our gig in January and said, "Man, if they offer me the job, like I'm 100% going to take it." It's a great group of people, really fun. My sense of humor jives with theirs, like just personality wise, like everything was great. So they did offer me the job. So ended up full time on the road, working with them, and it's been really, really fun as a playback engineer. It just proved that the process that I've been teaching for 20 plus years works. right? The ability to edit songs really quickly, ability to adjust things on the fly really quickly works, right? And it's been really, really great. The other thing, I'll leave you guys with this. The other thing that's been interesting being on the road is it did open up some opportunities for me to go, there's some better ways to do some things, right? There were some issues I ran into, like tracking arrangements of songs, right? How do you keep track of the key, the tempo, the song sections, all that? And and really got me thinking, okay, how can I come up with better solutions for this? And I've been teaching and training people to be playback engineers for 20 plus years. I've been doing it for 20 plus years. But this year I started thinking, okay, instead of just teaching and training people how to do this, um, what if I like help them achieve this faster? And so what's cool that came out of that is Bands, our Bands app, which is available for purchase now. You can go to bands.fromstudio2stage.com. We'll be talking more about that um, come December tomorrow. Basically, we'll kind of start talking about that more. But what it's actually built out to is what I'm calling Playback OS, and it's this operating system for playback engineers. So it's not just the Bands app. It's a files app that helps you manage files. It's a set list management app that helps you manage your set list, and some cool, unique things that I have not seen any set list management apps do that I think works in our ecosystem really well. Bands, again, is this super powered utility that I've hardly talked about, but it's completely transformed what we do. Um, and then we did 16 shows where I was using this brand new presets app that allowed our band to program their own program changes and preset changes directly in Bands using the browser, playing along to the stems, not having to know anything about MIDI, any program changes, just selecting what preset they wanted where. Then they're able to play back and test that in real time. And then I open it up in my presets app and that synced to my Ableton session perfectly. And I was able to send presets for 16 shows flawlessly, and it worked really well. It also led me to going, okay, I need a faster, better way to do confidence monitor. And so tied into Bands allows me to upload a song to Bands, instantly get lyrics and timing for lyrics, and then open that up in this confidence monitor app. And faster than anything else you've ever used, I have lyrics that are perfectly in sync to my playback sessions. Um, and then on the heels of that, we're building a video playback software, chart software that syncs to your playback instantly, um, as well as lighting software. And so, starting in December, we'll start talking more about Playback OS. Bootcamp students get access to that now, and our accelerator students will get access to that for free. And we'll Bands again right now is available. You can sign up for an account and start using that. But we'll open the doors to Playback OS probably in January. But we're going to start talking about it a lot now, sharing progress and updates on it, and can't wait to talk more. But anyway, I've talked longer than I was intended to. Time to get to bed because we start our first session tomorrow at 10 a.m. sharp. So I got to be ready. But we'll be back doing some live streams. We'll kick back into some behind the spacebar episodes here soon, and maybe some tutorials now and again. And we'll be relaunching our all access program in December as well too. So I'm excited to change that up a little bit, focus it more around monthly workshops, community focus. It's going to be really, really neat. So hope y'all are doing well. We'll see you guys soon. And again, if you're interested in starting, ending the year strong and starting the new year strong, consider joining me for the Playback Accelerator. I'll leave the page up for a bit longer. If you want to sign up and register, we start tomorrow. We also have a session that starts December 15th. Recordings are included, all our templates, all our courses, all access Bands, Playback OS, 12 101, not 101, but 12 1 hour sessions, training, coaching sessions with me, and then 12 1 hour live content sessions. So a lot of content, a lot of training, actual implementation. If you're looking to go from just collecting a bunch of hows and actually understand why, this is the thing that's going to make the difference. We've done 50 plus students in 7 boot camps so far, and it works, which is great. If you show up, you do the work, it works. So anyway, I would love to see you guys. Have a great night, and we'll talk soon. Bye, everybody. Take care.